Yes, sir. Getting right into it, man. Hey, man. This video is about Ohio State defense again. And, you feel me? Like, y'all know y'all was saying, oh, he talk about Ohio State, yeah, Ohio State. No, man. I just call it how it is. But people say I'm biased. I don't be biased, bro. I got the facts to prove it. I be watching all these dudes like Depressed Ginger or something. Because ain't nothing else to watch. Like, you feel me? Like, only team I watch now is Ohio State. You feel me? I don't watch Florida content no more. You feel me? I don't watch nobody in the SEC no more, man. I don't even really watch Alabama no more. You feel me? Because I know Alabama. I know what Alabama got. I know Alabama is Alabama. You feel me? Like, I used to watch Florida. Okay, back when Florida was winning 10, 11 games. Well, wait, was it 11 games? Yeah, 10 games. Let's say 10 games, You know what I'm saying. You feel me? Making New Year's Six bowl games. I don't watch Florida no more. Because, you feel me? I know Florida probably going to lose by 5 games. You feel me? Either way, only team I've been watching videos about on YouTube is Ohio State. Well, mostly Ohio State. Oregon videos don't even make Oregon videos. I mean, and I be seeing some crazy junk from like prediction videos against like sports people, so-called. They don't even know who Georgia returning on offense. And these dudes be funny, hilarious, dude. But it ain't no like the Ohio State sports analysis and all that, man. The defense, man. Like, come on, man. Like, people's like, oh, Ohio State only got to have a top 40 defense. They going to win a national championship. Oh, Ohio State have a top 25 defense. They guaranteed to win a national championship. And y'all Ohio State fans crack me up, dog. Like, it's wild, man. Like, I just watched a video. It was some dude like, video. It was J Book, and I don't know how to do name. J Book realistic. Like, J Book, I could talk football. I would love to do like not always dudes, I ain't there yet, but I would love dudes to like put me on the show or something, or vice versa, talk football, real football. I'm a non-bite. People say, no, you can't call me a delusional Georgia fan. I mean, you can call me that, but I got a fast prove it. You feel me? I'm not. I just call it like it is. Hey, J Book, he was right. He was like, the other dude was like, oh, Ohio State just gotta have a top 40 defense. They gonna win that championship. He was like, no. He said no. Like, Ohio State can have a top 40 defense to win the Big Ten championship and get in the playoffs. But he said Ohio State will need more than a top 40 defense to beat Bama and Georgia. And he's right. Like, Ohio State don't have to have, a top 5, top 10, top 15, top 20 defense, to run through the Big Ten and go undefeated. But the Ohio State not going to see the same offenses as Georgia and Alabama and possibly Clemson. They get better. They done. I mean, defense nasty. You feel me? But you know what I'm saying? So, people just saying like, oh, like Minister of Sports, Zach Smith, I know he love Ohio State. Like Ohio State is his team. He coached for Ohio State, so I know he gonna feel overconfident. But I don't listen to dudes who say crazy stuff like Texas is gonna be better than Georgia this year, and Georgia gonna lose 3 games. I can't take you seriously, dog. And you a coach. And he, like I say, he coached at Florida and he coached at Ohio State, so he ain't gonna like Georgia, But it's funny, like, come on, man. You put the hate to the side, talk real football. You feel me? That's how I am. You feel me? Like, I just talk real football, man. And I be right. Like, and these dudes, like I say, like, if I talk good about Ohio State, I would have a lot of subscribers. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot. I have more. But I know I'm calling like it is. I bash Georgia. I bash any team. You feel me? So, and these dudes be getting these views talking recklessly, bro. Like, it makes no sense to me. like people don't like the truth no more. I think I said in another video. They don't like the truth. They like to be told how good they is and all this and like listen, Ohio State defense was like 59th, I think, close to the 60s last year, total defense and all that. I mean, it could very well be that. Like, I'm telling people, this video, Ohio State fans and the media don't even realize Jim Knowles is just a slightly better Ty Grantham. Look, I'm calling like it is. I've been saying this for the past 2 weeks. I've been thinking about it. And I was like, maybe Jim Knowles, maybe he get it right, by year 2. Maybe this year, top 35 defense, year 2, top 25, year 3, top 15, 10, But as more to think about it, these past few days, I've been like, you know what? Jim Knowles is just a slightly better Ty Grantham. I mean, ask yourself this. I did research day before I made this video. Oklahoma was the only team in the Big 12 who had over 500 total points. Georgia, I think Oklahoma had like 508 total points. I think Georgia had, 579. Ohio State had 594. 595 total points. Georgia had 579. I think Bama had like 586, something like that, So that's all I'm saying. Oklahoma had 508 total points. I think the second team was Texas with like 465, I think. They was like Baylor and Oklahoma State, all was like around 430. Either way, it was no elite. Oklahoma won a team that just dropped 50 points on, everybody in Big 12. They won that. You feel me? I mean, come on, who we kidding here? I mean, and I know it's a big difference between having 4 and 5 star players, versus, 3-star super senior. Well, I mean, really, you were in the system for like 4 or 5 years straight. I mean, you should ball a lot, But either way, like I said, I know it's a big difference, And what I'm saying, people love stats. And I'm saying, stats-wise, yes, Ohio State probably won't have a top defense. But who cares what you, like I said, who cares what you do, like I talk about the outfits. Who cares what they do against Rutgers, Maryland, and Purdue, and Wisconsin, and all them? Because you're not going to see those teams in the playoffs. You're not going to see those teams in the national championship. You feel me? You're not. You're not going to see Minnesota in the national championship or the playoffs. Rutgers, Maryland. You're not. So who cares how the defense look against them or the offense? Apparently the media and the Ohio State fans, because I don't. You feel me? I don't care about Georgia. Because we been real, Stetson Bennett could have had 500. If Kirby really let Stetson Bennett play, Stetson Bennett could have finished the year with like 38. He had finished the year without even starting most of the games. Without starting 2 games, South Carolina and Clemson. He finished like 2,900 something. He was almost at 3,000 yards passing. So if Stetson Bennett really was able to really play against Charleston Southern and Vanderbilt and UAB, Stetson Bennett would probably have 3,600 passing yards. So that make him an elite quarterback, right? If you have 3,600 passing yards and 42 touchdowns, which he could have did against UAB and Charleston Southern and Vanderbilt, he could have probably had 1,500 yards just off them 3 teams. So that make him an elite quarterback, right? Think about it. So that's what I'm telling Ohio State fans in the media, or who all on Ohio State. You know what? Like I say, I try to keep my videos clean for everybody to watch. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just calling it how it is, man. You feel me? Like, who cares what you do? You have 600 yards against Rutgers and all them. Nobody cares. But then you have 60 points against Rutgers. But then you play a defense who know how to tackle, and know the assignments. You can't score 30. Yeah, okay. Either way, I got to stand by defense, Ohio State defense. People saying, Ohio State going to have a top 10, top 15 defense. Like I said, if they do have a top 10, top 15 defense, it's gonna be off stats because the teams they play allows them to, but they're not gonna have a top 10, 15 defense off film. I'm telling you, Jim knows. And paid $2 million to be a slightly better Todd Grantham. The reason I say slightly better Todd Grantham, like I say, the Big Ten gonna allow him to look better than he is. And when he get in the playoffs, the defense gonna look off. And I'm telling you, and Todd Grantham, on third downs, he was off. And big games, he was off. But Florida defense looked good because against the lesser teams, they raised up. But again, in big games, third downs, Todd Grantham was horrible. But and like I say, a defense coordinator gonna do so much. I mean, if the player drop an interception, and then the next play, the team get a big play, that's on DB or the linebacker. Well, if the player miss a wide open tackle that come right to him, defensive coordinator gonna do so much. So but also a lot of times, Florida defense, Todd Grantham, it look off. Granted, I know the offense is, like I say, he playing Ole Miss, and all them they got better passing teams. Like LSU got, better teams and all passing teams and all that. But either way, like I say, Ohio State don't have no threat in the Big Ten for passing. Penn State, we don't know. Michigan, possibly. They got playmakers. I ain't gonna hold Michigan like that. They got playmakers, But other than that, maybe Purdue. But Purdue don't have no O-line, so y'all Ohio State fans gonna be disappointed, man. Yeah. It's sad because the players gonna do so much. It's the media, just like the media did Oklahoma. I'm telling y'all, I already said that they give me the Oklahoma vibes. But Oklahoma was disappointing last year. Like I said, I thought it was gonna be a national championship versus Georgia, and Georgia's gonna win. It disappointed me. They didn't, But anyway, Ohio State getting all this media hype, man. They're disappointed. And like I say, they're a top 3 team. So they win that championship, it's not gonna surprise me. They're a top 3 team. Like I say, Georgia was knocking on the door, and they won. And that's how it should be Ohio State. So if they win that championship, I ain't gonna say, oh, I told you that. They could. Like I said, I ain't gonna say they can't. It's not like they doggone Wisconsin or something. They win that championship, congrats. They should. They top 3 talent. Just like I said with Georgia, Georgia should. Definitely with the Big Ten conference like it is. You feel me? But either way, I just had to get on there. It was bothering me because a lot of people think Ohio State defense is gonna be all world, and not only their defense, they think that they only need like a top 40 defense to win that championship. No. You only need a top 40 defense to make the playoffs, but to actually win it against Bama and Georgia, and you might have to play them back to back. That's the thing. Cause let's say Ohio State is 2, Georgia 3. So let's say Ohio State beats Georgia, then Alabama play like number 14. Alabama plays like, let's say, maybe Notre Dame. Well, I don't think Notre Dame gonna make the playoffs. They probably gonna have 3 losses. But let's say number 4 could be Baylor. Baylor offensive line good. They still got a good defensive line. So Oklahoma new coach. So let's say they play a 1-loss Baylor. Either way, I don't know who Alabama gonna. Or either Alabama make it. Let's say I don't know who number 4. But let's say Ohio State get past Georgia. Guess what? They gonna most likely have Alabama right there. If your defense struggling, hey, you best believe Georgia gonna take something with you. Georgia gonna take some. You might lose about 2 or 3 players in that Georgia game from that physicality. So a lot of people saying Ohio State don't need top 40 defense. Y'all, wake up. Get real. Come on, man. A top four, you don't need a top four deep. And like I said, I know, like, you get better as the playoffs go. Especially you get a 1 month, get like 27, 28 days for the first round playoffs and all that. So, stats can be deceiving. Either way, man, yeah. Jim knows is a Tiger in the 2.0. And call it like it is. Say I'm delusional. Say I don't know what I'm talking about. Say I'm a Georgia homer. Whatever you want to say. Share the video to Ohio State fans. And let them know. Don't get your hopes up for Jim Knowles. Hey, just call it like it is, man. I'm out.